is a hill dwarf. I was born in Dog Bull Deer. His family was a very famous family of brewers, and
You don't have to go over your whole backstory. I was just saying your appearance.
Oh no, it's fine.
You don't want to do your backstory.
It's just I drink a lot.
Okay.
That's kind of the. I've constantly got a new ale or my family's famous ale on me. It's like my coffee in the morning.
I like that.
But he's from a temple high up in the Ikugan Mountains, and he has been sent by his higher ups to search for a relic that is of great importance. And he has heard that it is. He doesn't know exactly where it is, but he knows that Iron Dove Island is of importance.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. You two start to pack up your campsite. Bungus moving a little groggy after still dealing with last night's hangover. You pack everything up and you head back on your way. You expect that you'll be in Archhole. You expect you'll arrive at your destination in Archhole within the next few days, but the taste of salt in the air hints that you might be there a bit sooner. You hike through the forest for a few hours, and then you begin to hear something in the distance. You start to hear the sounds of the waves on the water. And as you round a bend, the forest breaks, and you see and for the first time in nearly 2 years that you've been traveling together, you see the ocean. There's a rocky shore to your left, and it gives way to a sandy beach on your right, heading northward. You both get kind of excited seeing the water. You almost forgot how much you missed. You both liked the ocean, and you slip off your shoes or your sandals or whatever you're wearing, and you run down and play in the ocean a little bit barefoot.
Yeah.
Beach episode.
You spend a few minutes kicking around and splashing at each other, having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like hours that you're out there playing, but it's only 5 minutes. And as Bungus is kind of splashing around, happy and rubbing his face to try to get the hangover off, Dyror kind of motions him. They're like, "Yeah, we should probably get going." Yeah. You continue your trail northward, but this time you're walking along the beach with the sand under your feet. About half an hour, maybe 45 minutes pass as you're walking northward, and one of you, Bungus, you trip over something in the sand. You, as you get up, you're kind of angry. You assume it's some kind of branch or something, and you bring your foot up to get ready to smash it out of rage, but when you look at it, it's not a branch. It's something else. You start digging at it, and you find what looks to be the neck of a bottle. You dig around, and you get a good grip on the bottleneck, and you kind of start pulling, and you pull it out, and then...
Awesome.
You find this. Roll an investigation check. If you can. Ooh. Alright. So as you're looking at this bottle, you can kind of hold it up and you see on the paper inside of it, there's writing. You can't quite tell what the writing says or what it is, but it's tied with a little red ribbon, and on the ribbon you see more writing. But you're familiar with this type of writing. It's not normal writing. It's runes. You've seen them before in the monks' temples. You think that the ribbon on it might have had a spell or something on it, and there's something magical about this bottle.
Ooh.
So I probably would have just been standing there watching him dig up what I assume is garbage.
Can I do an
After
Arcana
watching him
check?
eat shit.
You can do an Arcana check, sure. You can just tell that it's some kind of spell. You're not really sure about what the spell did, but you can tell that it's not on it anymore. There's nothing magical about the bottle anymore.
Okay. I would like to, I guess, open up the bottle and read the message. If I can get the bottle, or the message.
The cork on it is a little hard. You start pulling on it and aren't having a whole lot of trouble, and eventually you just bite the bullet and bite it off with your teeth. Roll a dexterity check to get the message out of the bottle.
That's a saving.
Oh my god.
All right. It's a little tight, but you manage to get like your little pinky in and pull it out. And as you open the paper to try to read it, what languages do you know?
No. Common, Dwarvish, and elsewhere. See that? Oh, I see.
Common, Dwarvish, and
Yeah, I think it's just Common and Dwarvish.
you cannot read it.
Oof. I'm gonna show it to Dyror.
Okay.
See if he can read it.
I'll take it.
What languages do you know?
I know Common and Draconic.
You also cannot read it.
I guess at this point, Dyror, he'd be a little annoyed, be like, you've got places to be. We don't have time messing around with garbage.
Oh,
and he
Common,
suggests that
Dwarvish,
we just toss it.
Elvish, and Infernal. Sorry.
You speak Infernal. All right, you can read it.
Oh, interesting.
Sorry, I just now found D&D Beyond.
All right. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just going to be referring to Infernal as Tiefling.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me put this in your journal. All right. You can read that message now.
Can I say it out of character, out of character, or should I keep it?
You can say it however you want.
What does the message say?
It says, "My dearest nephew, we've found shelter and hidden away the valuables we've salvaged. Those things got the others while we were moving the gold. It seems they like shiny things. I'm alone now. I sent the first distress call a week ago. How long does it take to send a rescue ship? When I get home, someone is going to lose their position. I can't move around much with my leg like this. I fear what it could mean if a rescue ship doesn't come soon. Signed, Hallius."
So, in summary, someone's trapped on an island after moving a bunch of treasure?
Yeah, something attacked them and killed their men. He's all alone.
Huh. I'm definitely interested in rescuing this person if possible. Although I don't really know how we're supposed to
Figure out where they are.
Figure out where they are or even how to get there. So,
With that, you tuck the note away into a pack, and you make way. You can almost start to hear the people bustling along the streets as you're getting closer to Archwell. And we are going to shift our focus to a ship that's been aboard the ocean for about 8 months now. Her name is the Marie Isaac. She's a passenger ship from the northern shores of Agria herself. with many people on it. Over the past 8 months, it's only made port once, but it was a fairly recent port. It's lost a fair amount of its passengers from there, so the few that remain on the ship are a bit closer with each other. A man, or not a man, an elf, stands on the stern, looking out on the horizon, waiting for Archol to come over, as the captain has said that they should be making port today. While he's waiting there, two other men, or one of them is a half-elf, walk up and greet him and recall their journeys. You guys can introduce yourselves now. Jesse, I think you're muted.
Yeah. It's a pleasure to meet you both. My name is Perlin Revisto. I'm an academic. I'm a learned wizard. But I'm interested in exploring. And I'm hoping that by going on this expedition, I can prove my worth to the session1 crown.
Matt, you're muted.
So I'll go first. Not first. Shit. A pleasure to meet you. My name is Damien Boneheart. As you can tell from my deep red hair, the color of my royal blood, and my pale skin associated with my privileged upbringing.
From Savannah.
Pardon me for my disheveled appearance. My chainmail is normally very ornate. It's been worn in prior to our voyage. Voyage.
Oh!
Man, a few words. I like that.
All right. Almost to break your conversation, the captain calls, "Land ho!" as you look off on the horizon, and unfortunately, Perlin, it looks like you missed the moment where Archel crosses over, because now you see the tall spire, like you see the tall spires of a city in the distance, with topped with religious iconography that you would all recognize. It's totally not just a cross. The ship slowly pulls into port. It takes about 2 hours from this moment until the ship fully docks. The three of you having this conversation lead on a bit longer. All exit the ship together as you hear... let me change the sound. So you hear there seems to be something going on in like around the docks. It's maybe a festival, maybe some kind of just fish market that happens to be there, and you walk around and you can definitely smell some fried foods and other fresh fish that you have not had in your rations of oats and millet and whatever else you've been eating on the ship.
Agreed.
I suppose I could join you all.
You walk down the market and you hear all kinds of different merchants shouting out different random things. Fried krill, or mackerel, or sea grapes, fresh sea grapes, come straight this morning. Um, take your pick.
None of that sounds too pleasant, but I guess I will go for the sea grapes.
The man behind the counter says, "Hey, smelling ain't free. How about you go ahead?"
Perhaps do you fine gentlemen have any quail?
It's a fish market, mate.
It doesn't smell none too fresh.
Oh wait, are you at the mackerel place or the sea grapes place?
I feel like I could smell the mackerel.
All right. He just kind of shoos you off, like, "You're gonna smell my fish and tell me it smells bad, like it's fish or something? Out of here! Oh yeah." Um. Anything else in the market you'd be interested? You're looking for in particular, or?
I suppose if we get a few drinks in us, anything would look appetizing.
Right. You all look around and you see, seemingly right off the dock, there seems to be someone at a stand handing out pints of some mysterious drink. You walk up and approach this man, and he just kind of hands you one, and he says, "Free with the festival." Um,
At least smelling is free here. I down it really quick.
um,
I'm gonna watch closely and see how he seems to feel about it.
roll a Constitution saving throw.
Talking to Damien.
Yes.
The
The one who downed it very quickly.
No, the one watching should roll the Constitution.
Take a drink.
Yeah.
You down it pretty quick, and you start to feel it almost all coming right back up. It starts to burn right in your throat, but you manage to hold it down, and you kind of cough through it a bit. It's very strong, very poorly crafted ale. And what's that? Is that a little bit of fish you taste in it? Everything seems to be made of fish here.
Jesus.
Drink up, gentlemen. It's fish ale.
So
What a
gross.
marvel of modern technology. Ale made from fish. I would partake, but I'm going to save this one so I can research it.
Break down the recipe, figure out how they do it. As you guys are discussing this, you see as a dwarven man and a dragonborn kind of like walk past you and or walk up, and the dwarf seems very interested in getting some of the free ale.
The Dragonborn is not. He does not partake in alcohol.
Yeah.
No, my friend. I'm afraid I myself am new here as well. I do not know any local bars or taverns. My friend, though, here, he can sniff alcohol from miles away. Perhaps he could help you.
Yes, he sure looks
Bungus. Bungus, after just downing an entire... you're still muted, Taylor. After
fish
downing
ale.
an entire thing of fish ale,
Gross.
doesn't even cough or react, just very... what does Bungus think of the fish ale?
It's interesting. As a consumer of ale, always
me, it's-
looking for new stuff, and this is definitely new.
Trust me, it's not the worst thing he's drinking. Are you all... Sorry. Yes. Yes, well, we've been on the road for quite some time, and alcohol definitely helps cope, but... Are you all new here as well?
Well,
Do you know anything about this festival?
the merchant who's giving out the free ale kind of leans over and he's like, "There's a tavern right over there." He leans over. "If y'all are looking for it, my wife runs it.
Oh, it's probably got more fish ale though.
It's just a special brew. We've got some more traditional shit.
Yes, this does not seem like a
Gotta get 'em hooked on it.
of interest at all.
Can I ask the man what is this festival about?
Just greeting the newcomers."
Ah, I see.
Is it
New
just like
settlers to Agria.
Yeah, we got 3 ships coming in today. First one's already here. I suppose these bunch are straight off it. You know, mate, not a lot of people dress like that in the colonies.
Like me?
Oh, no, I was...
Oh, like them.
No, not you. I mean, I don't want to...
we've got ourselves a couple of poofs?
I don't want to insult...
Is that fish leather?
Alright. Oh, yes, it is. Thank you for noticing. Bobbed it myself.
Yes, it
Why
looks
did
like
you-
you have.
My wife, we sell some at the bar. If you still want to check that out.
I could use a place to rest. We've been traveling for some time.
in between sips of the fish ale, I'm gonna ask him, does he know anything about Iron Dove Island? Anybody heard of such a
Never really heard of it. Lots of islands around these parts, though.
Do you know anybody who might know of it? Like any famed explorers of these parts?
Not off the top of my head, but there's sailors everywhere around here. You could probably find someone. Share a legend or two.
I appreciate and the ale.
I do want to ask him if that name, the tiefling's name, means anything to him.
Ooh, yeah.
I forget the name.
Halia.
Halia. Does a tiefling named Halia mean anything to you?
I mean, that's like one of their holy figures or something, isn't it? That's a pretty common name.
One of the holy figures?
Yeah, it's like for real world reference, he's implying it's like saying that somebody's named Muhammad or
Okay.
Matthew or something.
Okay. That's well, thank you for your time, sir. I would like a nice fine meal, so perhaps that tavern could serve that purpose.
I was really trying hard to make to not have you guys meet in a tavern, but okay. That's fine. You all enter the tavern, and it's a small, quaint place, very clearly made just to be on the docks, and very clearly a place of function where sailors come and go. There's a bar that sits right on the dock that you can walk up to and sit on. And as you walk up there, the waitress comes up to you, says, "Let me get prepared to do a waitress action." "Whoa, what can I do for you?"
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. Fine.
I wouldn't call them so fine as you love, but she says to
We are a
Atlas-
rowdy bunch.
She says to Atlas, "I wouldn't call any of them so fine as you love, but let me see what I can cook up for you." And she pulls out like like kind of off a hot plate, or like there's a light or a fire sitting over top of a bunch of plates, just kind of sitting there, and she moves 5 of them over in front of you guys. And on these plates, there's something fried.
Is it
Fish.
fish?
It's not a fish. It's some kind of vegetable, probably native to the New World. As you bite into it, it's very mushy, and it's French fries.
Yes, a great delicacy here.
And it has a piece of fried cod on it as well. So she's just handing you fish and chips, basically.
Fish and chips.
Fuck, we in England, bruv. I'm sorry.
Just to mute yourself and keep talking to yourself.
So as you guys are sitting, I think either Atlas, Damien, or Perlin would probably inquiry to the other 2 about the things they asked the last bartender about.
We're just kind of traveling together, but I'm looking for information about a Iron Dove Island relic. There's a relic that is very important to my temple that is reportedly on that island. Or some kind of hint to the. They didn't say that. Think of the name.
Wait, did you name it?
No.
There you go.
The Temple of Bingus. No, I'm just.
Bungus Monastery?
Oh my god!
And this is why I have a random name generator at the ready.
So do you hail from the
Bungus is recalling that he is from the Wulgan Temple.
Thank you,
Wulgan.
Wolgon, thank
I'm gonna write that down. Is
Yeah, Bungus, you hail from the old world, right?
No, I'm actually from the colonies. I was born in Dog Boldir. Is that part of the Ikagen Mountains? I didn't ask.
Yeah, you're from the southern range,
Okay.
and I've been saying Ikogen, but like if you want to say that's just how they pronounce it,
I
that's
feel
how
like it's like an
outsiders
Appalachian,
pronounce it.
Appalachian thing. Dog Boldir. DOG space BOLDHIR. But I haven't lived there in a couple, like, I think it's...
Several years now, right?
You just
Yes.
cut out.
I think a century. I think it's been a century since I lived there.
Damn.
Now, is that a part of the Artu Empire or
Agria.
that's what I meant. Sorry, Agrian Empire or like do you pay taxes to them?
You would remember. I don't think I ever told you the name of like your imperial power. Your country's name is Blaf.
Blaf?
Yeah.
BLAPH or something like that?
BLAF, yeah. Blaf.
Okay. No, we are not part of Ag. We are part of Blaf.
Wait, I'm not familiar with Bluff. What can you tell me about it? I mean, you know, some people here might not be familiar with Bluff. Please tell us all about it.
Should I interject here? Okay. Okay.
Obviously, I'm familiar with Bluff.
I can I speak for Bungus? What you would
Yes.
know?
You can
What Bungus has heard about the old world is that Bloff is like the easternmost region of the continent of Icors. And it's mountainous that breaks into it's mountainous on the west side, and it breaks into a grassland and then a tundra towards
So
the
Russia.
south. Yeah, well, southern Russia. Blop is in the old world, but
So this is like New Blaf.
yeah, where you would be is New Blop.
Blopistan, if you will.
Blop.
But to answer your question, sir, we received a message on the beach about some sort of treasure, someone needing help. That's what our inquiries were about.
I repeat the message to them.
Yes, and of course also someone that needs rescue.
Think of the gold that needs to be rescued.
So you
You guys.
Oh,
Why
no, that's unrelated. That's I have no knowledge to go on other than so I'm just kind of shooting out feelers. Hallie.
Elliot?
Is that the guy who sent the message?
Yeah, Hallius.
Yeah.
I have a question for Bungus. Did you pull out the note to read it?
I thought I.
Yeah. When you would have pulled out the note and read it again to them.
Or did you?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Because unless I would have memorized it, but I doubt I did.
Or like just like paraphrased it or something. I just want to know if you
Yeah.
actually pulled out the physical note.
Right. BRB.
I probably would have. Yeah, I'll say I have.
Okay. As you're all kind of like reading over, you set the note down on the table for a second, and a little bit of water spills on it. As you are drinking and doing whatnot, and as the water spills on it, you start to see lines of some other type of ink become exposed.
Just fucking dunk it in the water. I'll just pour the rest of the water over. It lays flat on the table.
Okay. As you do that,
Just so we can see the rest of the.
in Infernal, you see star chart information.
Whoa.
You would read it. You would read off what you see, and you, Bungus, probably wouldn't understand it too much. But Damien and Dyror would likely immediately hear that and tell you that that's like Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, one of my tutors showed me one of them.
Mhm.
Of course, I don't recall too much about how to read it. I found myself a little distracted.
Does it? Damien or Dyror? Cannot read star map.
Well, from what I recall about reading star maps, so could I kind of inject real world knowledge of star maps? Like, maybe like if he's including this, it would be based on like, what constellations he was seeing, maybe? Dump some lore into my mouth. Just
You can. You can make that a summer. You can make that approximation. Roll a. We said nature is navigation in the other one, so if you could roll a nature check or maybe history or Dyror.
Sorry,
Also.
I'm back.
Dyror, you should also roll a nature or history check.
Nature history? Okay.
Yeah.
What is this for?
They found a star chart hidden on the note.
Tudor must have had a nice bosom.
Nature or history? Well, I'm pretty
Yes,
shitty in
he
both
did.
of those.
Yes, he did.
Nature. 12?
You're proficient. You don't look proficient in it.
No, I'm pretty shitty at nature.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah, I'm not proficient at all.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I can't make sense of this.
You recognize like not a hard check for either of you. You recognize from your days like in the military of how to read how to read the star chart coordinates that he's given off, and you think that with just a minor set of navigation tools, either you or maybe one of you in this group could definitely figure out where this chart leads.
Like star charts. Yes, I remember training and learning how to read these. If we had a small set of navigation tools, we could most likely find our way. I can't imagine. Although the price, not sure on that. I'm not sure how much funds you all have that can be expendable.
You also might need a ship.
Oh yeah,
Some kind of method of transportation.
and boats and ships can be quite pricey as well. So I've heard.
Coincidentally, I spent all my money to afford the first trip here, so I will also not be able to afford this meal.
Well, I can tell you that I have 90 gold on my person.
Waitress, I would like to be off by this gentleman. He put a fly in my fish and potatoes.
I just look at you and shake my head. Oh, your nobility?
Had the same thought.
One point in time, perhaps. Yes, it seems like you tried.
Yes, I was trained in the Adurthian military. I can most likely read this map, and assuming that we have the right tools, I might be able to lead us to the location. Yeah, Urdothian military.
Is that with the U?
Yes. URDOF or TH.
Pretty sure. Is that what it is?
I think that's what you told me.
I believe that. I told you something very similar to that, but I want to see.
That might not be it.
I thought it was Udroth, but
It could be. Hold on.
like with another R. Yeah.
It is Udroth.
Udroth.
It is Udroth. Okay, Udrothian. The
Yeah,
Udrothian military.
I mean, I'm gonna let you guys pronounce things how you want. I just like have pronunciations in my head, and it's a little jarring when they come out wrong.
Right.
But not a big deal. Roll history. Yes, you would know it
Sure.
as you would know it as the largest native country in Vandalia, the continent that you guys are currently on. You know, it's a very large country to the west, and it's where all the Dragonborns are from, and that they are. And you would also know that they recently just got much bigger because they annexed an entire other Dragonborn kingdom in the south. With a nat 20, that's what you get. Udroth.
I was, yes. But I'm more of an emissary, so to speak, nowadays. I'm surprised that an outlander such as yourself would have any knowledge of that. I'm impressed. Smart. And what is this old? You're the old world. Is that what they're from? The old world.
Yeah, they're from the old world. There are 2 different continents, but they're kind of connected. So think like Africa and Asia.
Okay. I would
Sort
just
of.
ask them generally what it's like.
Yeah.
I've never been there. If they've already, I was kind of gone for a bit. If they'd already explained that, then we can just go over that.
We described Bluff, but
What about the lands you hail from?
Colin. But it,
Of course.
Eclia, or Eshela. Yeah, Eclia or Eshela. No, he just went off camera. Yeah.
Yeah. I understand. Well, you'll find plenty of that here. Nations' borders are constantly changing. War is pretty common. But there's also much opportunity.
So, what do you guys plan on doing after this meal and conversation? It's a little afternoon, probably about 3 p.m.
We should probably find those navigation tools, right? Makes sense. Would I know, Quentin? Like, could I get an estimate of how many days it might take, or where exactly?
It is a star chart, so you probably wouldn't know until later in the night, and you probably should have made your roll for this information. But
I still can if you want me to.
yeah, insight.
Okay. Insight, you said?
Yeah, insight. Okay, okay,
Oh my
perfect.
god.
Okay, so you immediately say to him, "Well, it's a star chart, isn't it? We can't leave until the stars are out, so might as well wait until night, and that way we can actually use the stars to navigate. And when the stars come out, you'll be able to look then and determine the position of the constellations here versus the position of the constellations that the star chart's giving you.
Right.
So you'll be able to determine just about how far away it is.
Okay. I'll say, well, we can't find that out until tonight when the stars are out, assuming the weather is favorable.
And it is. It is a very well,
favorable.
at least as of right now, clear day, a few clouds in the sky.
There is one thing I'd like to bring up. That message, it mentioned that they were attacked by something, correct?
Mhm.
So it's possible that we may run into opposition. Are you all versed in combat? Are you trained?
Who are you?
I am very highly trained in the art of studying combat.
Studying combat.
Yes.
So we'll just
A
send
tactician.
you in. We'll stand back and watch.
Fair enough. Well, I see great benefit to us if we do join forces. We can rescue this person that supposedly needs help and maybe acquire that salvage along the way. Of course. I'm glad that you see it my way.
And 3.
All right.
So, are you splitting into teams to try to find what you need, or?
I would assume we could find both the navigational tools and the ship in the same place.
Okay.
That's true. Well-equipped ship should come with navigation tools.
Would you want to do that with the note itself as well?
Yes.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Roll. Roll, and are you sure about that check? I love the. I hear you, Bunkus. I hear you, Bunkus.
Pros for like a minute and a half. What are we rolling for?
No, I was kidding. I was just.
Oh, okay.
If you don't want to copy down the note, you don't have to. But.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Well, the note doesn't really have any.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
note doesn't really have any
There's no big.
important information.
It's
Okay.
more of just a. So
I mean, if we lose the note, it's not like that big of a deal. But the star
I still
chart's pretty
wanna
necessary.
Write down the note just because.
write down. Somebody should write down the name. Just write down the name Hallie.
I want to write down the
Hallius-
note. Even
Hallius
Well,
wrote
if
to
you
his
don't
nephew.
if you don't write down the note, I'm taking it away from Taylor's ability to read it.
Yeah, so that's the thing is, I think from here, as he takes another sip, we need to look for this nephew. He was trying to get to a message to the hymn, and there was magic on the bottle. So I would assume that it was probably meant to be on this island.
Most humble Bungus, would you mind to translate this abomination of a language into something all of us could understand?
Oh, hang on.
Just recant what it says to me in comment, and I will write it down with my.
I do want to mention that for all intents and purposes, Infernal will just be like referred to as Tiefling, and like each race will have their own language. So like Draconic is Dragonborn and dragons, but
Yes, but tieflings are still abominations. But
Yeah.
I digress.
We've had conflicts with the tieflings before. They're quite ferocious when backed into a corner.
There was when it washed ashore, but the magic was obvious. I checked it, and the spell was obviously gone. So, do I still have the bottle? Yeah, I guess I
assumed
would.
you.
Yeah,
I assumed you chucked the bottle,
Oh,
but
Does he remember
Yeah.
the runes? The magic runes?
yeah. Do I
you,
remember
you can roll Arcana.
back to back? Let's go, baby! Come on!
Nat 20.
Nat 1.
Yeehaw!
12. You remember them enough. You don't quite remember them entirely, but you remember them enough to put something down on a paper and then show them to Perlin.
I would also, on that same piece of paper, I will copy over the note in common.
Okay. With that, I am going to let everybody have access to it.
Thank you kindly.
In players' journal, all players. Yeah, so now everybody should be able to go read that whenever they want. Okay.
Did Damien take a look at the runes?
Hang on.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, Damien, roll Arcana.
I would think. I mean, I feel like I'm schooled, but I feel like maybe Perlin would be the better.
Yeah, Perlin is who you were meant. My bad.
Oh yeah, Perlin. Sorry,
Yeah.
Perlin.
Yeah.
Would you understand these runes? Like possibly what kind of spell they would be associated with?
You read over them and you look at them and you kind of look at him confused, and clearly he did not write them down quite right. But you say, well, it looks like from your backward symbols and your very, very poor penmanship, some kind of messaging spell.
So it could messaging spell, like as in getting a message somewhere
Yeah,
specific.
that looked like it
Gotcha.
got a message from somewhere to somewhere else.
Gotcha. So yeah, I think we should. I think this nephew is somewhere in this town. It was on shore just outside of town. Correct?
It would
That's
It
make
was on
Found it.
shore just outside of town, yes.
Yes.
it would make sense with the magic helping to guide it here. It arrived here for a reason.
Okay.
My assumption is that this has gone astray. And I don't know. Oh, God.
It's quite buried in the sand.
Yeah.
Roll. What? I need a list of stats. Hang on. Let's see.
Is it like insight or an investigation?
I think insight is more accurate.
I have
Just
a 15, so I have a 15 passive wisdom. Would that be like enough to just
15 passive wisdom. Yeah, we'll say 15 passive wisdom is like you're thinking about that bottle and you're recalling it was pretty buried in the sand, and it was very like scratched up and rusted over. It seemed pretty old. Now that you're thinking about it,
Like,
you're not sure, but you know it had been there a while.
so I'm assuming more than, like, probably a month. But it's,
Well, perhaps if we find this nephew, he may have the means for sea travel. We don't know who this person is. They could be quite wealthy, could be quite nautical themselves.
I'm assuming Hallie is seabound because
Yeah, if this uncle is a sailor and I guess I don't know, a cargo deliverer, then the nephew might be in the same business.
He could also be a scoundrel, but let's not jump to conclusions, I guess.
True. A lot of indefinites, but
Do we know Hallie to be a man's name?
You would know it to be a man's name.
Okay.
And tiefling.
Okay.
They would either be tiefling or they would be very clearly from Tiefla, you know, the land of the tieflings. Because they write in tiefling, and that's a very tiefling name. Yeah. So, are you looking for? I thought you were waving down a dog for a second.
Boy, come here.
The waitress.
Oh my god.
I am gonna.
I do for you.
I'm trying to see
What
if
do you
there's
need?
tieflings in the tavern.
Tieflings? What? I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I'm a little hard of hearing.
No, that was not said out loud. That's just an action.
Oh, my bad.
My character is looking around for tieflings.
In this tavern, you do not see any tieflings.
Okay. Well, it can be a question now then. Do you know any tieflings in this town?
Tieflings? Don't get a lot of them around here. I don't think they really like the Agrians that much. Well, of course I can. As soon as y'all, well, of course I can. Oh my God, the accent just. Oh my God, she's gonna sound Scottish if I try to talk again. Hang on. Well, of course I can. Unfortunately, but you're gonna have to pay for your meals first.
How much does Dairo owe you?
3 gold.
I'll cover it.
Oh, I think I left my pouch on the ship.
It appears that my
can we make fun of this man or not?
Do you actually want to check my bag? I can screenshot it for you.
I also have no money right now, but that's just because I didn't give myself.
Yeah. You get the feeling he's not lying. I'm not gonna make you roll for it, but you definitely get the feeling he's telling the truth. You kind of look behind him and you see a very flaccid bag or pouch where gold would be.
I think I
How
didn't
much
roll.
did I
I think I rolled pretty low for my class's
I got
starting
15.
money. And I think bards start out with more money.
Yeah.
Look, I'll cover it. It's not a big deal. Think of it as a, I don't know, like a treat to my new allies.
I'm just gonna roll for gold. Well,
I said, I'll pay. All right, yeah, I'll put two gold down, along with I'm sorry, what's your character's name? Atlas, along with Atlas's gold.
What is Damien rolling?
for
His gold, probably.
Starting money.
Oh, for starting gold. Okay. Okay.
What do I need to roll?
I seem to have found my wallet.
Oh, look, all this money's here. I forgot about it.
I
It said how it works.
I
5d6.
unplugged my fucking headset.
it depends
Did
on
you
the
really?
You're a wizard, right, Marty?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll look it up for you.
Okay, thank you.
But after you say that, Harbour Master's right over there, sweetheart.
Marty, roll. It's the best lead we got. Marty, roll 4d4 and multiply that by 10, and that'll be your starting gold.
Okay. Thank you.
All good.
Seem to have found my wallet. So do you guys make your way to the Harbor Master? Who all's going?
I guess we all go because we have no
I'll go.
leads. For
Yeah.
for the tiefling.
Alright, so you approach the Harbor Master, and it's this. You approach where the Harbor Master should be, and you see a small goblin man with a chain around his neck sweeping out in front, and a larger, burly, seems like a half-elf, just kind of sitting there and kicking at the goblin occasionally, saying, "You missed a spot." I don't think I could point at him. You're looking at him. What do you need? Hallius. Every tiefling I ever met's been named Hallius.
What about a Hallius with a bum leg?
Bum leg. Gonna have to be more specific than that.
When was the most recent time that you've seen it?
How specific do we
About
have
20
to be?
years ago, before the war started.
Bingo. There we go.
Did you all receive any distress calls in the past week that were maybe ignored?
We don't get many distress calls around here. Most of them go up to New Elsenburg.
And where can we find that?
It's about a week's travel north. But
All right.
By land or by sea?
I hardly think that's what you'd be looking for.
Probably not.
God says.
By land or by sea?
By land.
Okay.
By sea it'd be a bit quicker, but not much.
Where are we right now?
You are in Archhole. If you look at the maps chat, that
Yeah.
map is
Yeah.
still accurate.
Okay, cool.
New Elsenburg's pretty far north,
Cool.
relative to where you are. Oh, we got a few fairies around here, but if you're looking for a crew, I don't think you're gonna get much. Uh,
Uh, we don't really know how far the thing is. This tiefling that you mentioned that came through 20 years ago, did he mention where he was going? Possibly in what direction? Did he sail off in?
well, yes, if I'd seen a tiefling last time I saw one was about 20 years ago, and he pulls up his pant leg, and you see a wooden peg leg, and he says, "That's about what happened to me last time I saw one.
Oh,
Shit full of them."
so like,
People is not kind to us.
what were they doing? Were they just like invading?
Invading, defending. Who's to say, really?
Where was this attack? Was here?
It was in, no, it was on the... It was on the island of Tabax, up north.
Was that the island of Tabax?
Tabax, yes.
Okay, I just want. It's driving me bonkers. I just want to clarify. Okay, that's right. Because I've heard Taxaby, and I was pretty convinced it's Tabaxi. I just want to, like.
I think it's Tabaxi.
It is Tabaxi, yes.
But I keep hearing Taxaby, and I'm like, I don't think that's it.
I blame Jesse for that.
I'm gonna... So it looks like this guy doesn't know anything about the tiefling, right? Or sounds like it at least.
I mean, he gave us a general area of
yeah.
like where they last seen him. Were you
Roll insight.
okay?
Either of you.
Does anybody else notice?
Could I help him? Could I give him
Yeah,
advantage?
you can help him give it
All right.
advantage.
Does anybody else notice that Quentin has a whiteboard in the background that says "Bones of the Ocean"?
Oh, I did. It's revert. It's
Really
like flip for me.
Easter egg in this
Wait, it's flipped for you?
Yeah, it's flip for me.
Yeah,
Oh no!
it flipped for me, too.
Okay, so let me
Yeah.
explain why that pisses me off. Because I had written it, and then I sat down at my computer and looked at it, and I was like, oh, that's flipped. So I erased it and wrote
so
it
funny because I took this screinshot and was gonna wait until the end of the campaign to post
It's so
it.
sad now, 'cause it's written backwards on the actual
Oh no.
the effort of writing it backwards.
I knew something felt off because I was like, oh, I guess it's mirrored, and I was like, is that how that room is laid out? I've been there before.
No, so when I'm looking at it on my screen, it's mirrored, and now I just assumed it would be mirrored when you guys looked at it. But I'm so mad now.
It's some
That was
ancient
so much
room.
effort to get it
Yeah, I
backwards.
imagine.
Yes, he would have pointed down and he said, all the ferries go on dock line 4. And with your insight check of 17, you would get a good sense he's probably not talking about the tiefling that you're referring to, that you were asking about. He's probably just referring to the last time he ever saw a tiefling and clearly has a disdain for them.
Well then,
So to clarify that, tieflings are savages, just like Dragonborn and like the other beast races, or
Tieflings are not savages. Tieflings are like an elf cousin in this world.
Okay.
They're from Marty would have probably the most information on them. because you have actually seen the shape of their country. It's in the old world, yeah. So they are one of the colonial powers as well.
But I could still be like racist against Coleman's character, right?
Yeah, you can you could be racist
why
against
not?
tieflings. There's plenty of reason for you to not like them. Your countries might be at war with each other.
They started using mustard gas in the Great Wall.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Before we leave, I want to talk to this Dockmaster guy, and I'm just going to ask him how much for the goblin.
God damn it.
You see Bungus
After
smirk.
my own heart.
Bungus's smirk is
My gold's
visible
perfectly good.
through
He
his
looks
gold.
down. All right. Sorry, I had to think about what he's going to say. He looks down and he picks at the goblin and he says, "I don't know. How much are you worth?" And the goblin just kind of like, "Wait, I don't know. I'm worth like 40 gold." And he picks him again and he's like, 30 gold.
30 gold pieces for the goblin, then.
You know, I'm all about racial equality, even for these savages, but 30 gold seems to be a little bit much.
10.
What the hell?
We can do 10.
10, take it or leave it.
Let's be real. He is.
I'm gonna leave it.
He's kind
I
of
don't like having the extra hands around anyway.
Even slavery.
Did he say no for 10?
Yeah, he said no.
Like, to sell at all?
Yeah, he said,
No.
"No, I think I like having the extra hands around anyway."
Alright, well, I'll just say...
You have to do an awful lot of work to get him to be an extra set of hands. It seems like a waste.
I'm not letting you guys buy a slave right off the bat. God.
Well, my goal was to buy him and then free him.
Oh, same, but
That was my
think
goal.
he's not worth 30 gold.
What if I paid you 88 gold?
88 gold!
Yeah, but he said he wouldn't sell. Is that what he
88?
Okay, did he say he would... I mean, I said 88, I guess.
I'll
Fine.
take it.
88 gold for this goblin.
88.
Oh, no, please, just... I don't know what these guys are gonna do. Please don't sell me.
You can put that on your resume that you sold for 88 gold. That's pretty good.
You know, Dairo, I have a bridge I could sell you. It's made out of goblins.
Well, unfortunately, I just spent all of my money on this goblin, so you're gonna have to wait till...
At 88 gold a pop, it's gonna be an expensive fucking bridge.
Alright, goblin, come with us.
I think you get a bulk discount, actually.
Yes,
Alright.
I would give you a discount.
You now meet up with this goblin, whose name shall be decided in a moment, if you care.
I'd ask him what his name is, yeah.
He doesn't. Sorry. I'm playing into this fucking...
His name is... Goblin names. Glerm. His name is Glerm.
Glurm?
Glerm. I like that name.
I'll kneel down to Glurm and then take off his like chains and collar and whatever and just say, "You're free now. Go where you wish."
Thank you. And he just kind of like scurries off into the a dark alley.
All right, we can continue.
Yeah.
Hang on. You already subtracted your gold, right?
Me? I did, yeah.
Okay, good. Fuck, I gotta go look at how much gold everybody has. Oh, you paid all your gold. Good. I don't even have to check you anymore.
0 gold.
Okay. You get to the ferries and you see a few men wearing like sailor caps or whatever, and kind of get the sense that they're all thinking more of themselves than they're worth. Do you approach one? What do you say? What short are we talking? Less than a week. Old Riverwood can do it for, let's say, 600 gold.
It also seems like an accurate description.
It's 300 for the ship, and 300 for such a fine and traveled explorer as myself. Unfortunately, I come with it.
Do you think this guy can read the star map?
I'm not sure.
Probably a more
He
veteran
is, yeah.
sailor than you all. No offense.
Yes. Could definitely read that star chart for you. Yes. Yes, you can. What'd you roll? Hang on. I have a whole bunch of other stuff. You rolled a 20. You get the sense that this guy probably hasn't sailed that much. All right. You ask around, and it seems like all of these ferrymen are asking for prices that you really just can't afford. Some of them as high as 1,200, but the lowest you found is about 500, and you probably can't really afford that. And as you start to give up, you start walking off the dock. You hear a voice coming out for you.
Hey, excuse me. It seems you guys are looking for a ferry.
You turn around and you about meet eyes with him, and he has kind of a dark skin and blue hair, and he's wearing a hat that kind of like folds back a little bit. And he says,
Well, I got good news for you. My brother, he actually just started his own ferry business. I think he could help you out.
Boy, do your parents know where you are at this late of an hour?
Oh, he is. This man appears to be like pretty old, actually.
Ah,
You're not sure? He's human, elf, half elf, and maybe a dwarf, and you're really not sure which one of those he is. He's very racially ambiguous. I'll go get him! And he ducks down behind a
God damn it.
a stand.
Oh my god. I know where this is going.
He bounces back up, but he seems to be wearing a different hat. And he says, "Hey, I'm the ferryman. Seems my brother told me that you guys were looking for a ship."
Yes, we are.
I can do any trip you want for 100 gold.
Ooh.
Right over there. And he points to a small dinghy. You could all fit aboard, but might be a little cramped in the back.
Are you well, sir?
Why would you ask me that? I don't really understand.
Well, you kind of just pretended to be someone else, and you changed hats, and now you're Yeah.
Ooh, star charts. I'm not really great at reading those, but you know, I have a brother who's really good with it.
He ducks down behind the counter again. He comes back this time with a hat, and it's got like like a little monocle that comes down on it. And he's like,
What's going on? I was told you guys need to read a star chart.
insight check. As he starts reading it, he gets this really focused look in his eyes, and he starts kind of like moving his fingers across and like, oh, it's there, and then he like starts pointing at the sky.
Okay, that's gonna be about half a day's travel northward, and then another 2 hours west. Yeah, it won't take about 14 hours to get there.
And you are fairly convinced he knows what he's talking about.
This is the crazy, weird, odd, out of place guy that is just something off about him.
Now, is this a split situation?
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. Just some of the entertainment we had aboard the ship on the way here.
Sorry, I was saying there's something wrong with my brew, my most recent brew.
Probably the fish ale.
Yeah, it probably meant.
I'm not really big on that fish ale. But if you guys want to set out, I think Doc's gonna be loading up in a few minutes. I don't know when you guys want to go, but he probably wants to get out of here kind of soon.
Did you happen to know anyone who might be an expert on fish ales?
My brother, who knows exactly about fish ale.
He ducks down behind. He comes this time he's wearing like a bucket, not a normal hat. He's like,
I was told you guys looking for some fish ale.
Slurring his words.
I can tell you one of the best fish ales.
And I'll whisper.
You gotta head out.
he dips back down and it comes back up, and it's the ferryman's hat, and he's like,
All right, boys, let's fire up the sails and get this show on the road.
We can load the hats into the ship for you if you like.
I think it'll be fine.
I'm gonna whisper to the rest of the group, like, so, are we actually doing this? Are we trusting this man?
Unfortunately.
Can I like inspect the hats and see if they're magic? What kind of check?
You want to go about so how do you want to go about inspecting the hats?
Just kind of walk up behind him and see if
So there's like been a counter in front of you that he's been ducking behind of.
Okay, well he's wearing a hat too, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
if he's not looking, then I'll try to peek behind the counter.
Okay. When he's not looking, you peek behind the counter, and it's empty underneath there.
Ooh. Okay. Well then I'll try to inspect the hat he's wearing.
Roll insight. We'll say. The normal hat.
Just curious.
Guy's just crazy.
To be fair, he didn't see hats under there.
Oh, I don't misunderstand. I do not have cold feet. I'm just afraid this man's gonna slit our throats in our sleep. Either or. But well, regardless, it is still the only ship that we can afford at the moment, so I guess we have no other option. Very what was your name again? Whoever I'm speaking to at the moment.
I'm Doc.
Well, Doc, I believe that we will hire you if everyone else agrees to.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. I said 100.
I believe your brother. No. I think we were on the same track, so I'll let you.
Which brother would have said that? I've got a lot of brothers. Oh, Starry! Let me go.
I'm sorry.
Let me go get him.
And this time he's not behind the counter. Instead, he just kind of like leans down and he grabs the side of the dock and flips off onto it, and then pops up on the other side wearing the hat.
Holy shit.
Hey, Doc told me you needed something. What were you asking about? 75, take it or leave it. 75, take it or leave it.
I heard 35.
I did.
Oh, go ahead,
75 is what he's saying.
Well, maybe you can learn to speak the king's common.
Yeah.
4 of us plus 1 savage.
Okay, buddy.
Five people and one savage. Forgot about our slavey.
No, he's gone.
Oh no,
He's-
I freed him. He
you
ran
freed him?
off. Yeah,
Oh.
he ran off into the alleyway.
I did not like that.
What, him running off into the alley?
It's going to be 75 gold then.
He says, nodding at you, and then dips down under the dock again and pops up on the other side with Doc's hat.
Starry is the best at finance among us, other than my financial brother, Accounty. But I guess we'll go with 65 gold then.
Actually, roll a persuasion check. Roll a persuasion check before I say that.
I know.
Persuasion.
Plus 10.
14?
Yeah, I'm just saying, 65 is a little low. 70. No takes backsies. Alrighty then.
He skips towards the ship and hops in. He kind of pats at the seats like,
All aboard! Stars are coming out. Won't be able to navigate without those.
Now, does the price of admission come with a cushion? Can we at least wipe down the seats? We don't know what has sat on these.
the seats do seem fairly clean.
Probably like a cloak, but not like, more of like a functional cloak rather than like it's functional but fashionable, but it doesn't have like my family's like filigree on it. Oh, I was gonna say what a gentle. Well, thank you.
Right. You all board the ship, and the ferryman pushes it off the dock, and you start to head out. He gets to work unfurling the sails or unfurling the sail, singular, and you start taking off a little bit faster than you would have expected. You look at the stars, and it only takes like about an hour before you can't see Archel in the distance anymore. You're out in pretty open water, and this is a small vessel. You're being rocked back and forth pretty hard by the waves, but fortunately it's a very calm night. And while he's pissing, I'm also going to go take a pee break, and we will come back to you guys are on the ferry. Be right back.
Nice, peaceful ship.
So, gentlemen, tell me about
Actually,
those.
I guess Bungus has never been on a boat, so he would probably be sick as fuck.
Especially with all that fish ale he drank.
Kind of drunk, so it's like, balances
Yeah,
out.
in between just taking drink, he's so sick. He's just like, oh god.
Dywar does want to ask, Matt, you're Damien, right?
Yeah, I'm Damien.
May I ask why you refer to me as a savage?
Of course. See, your people are playing.
You sound pretty enthusiastic about that.
did I miss?
Many
Why is Taylor dead?
of my tutors
I asked.
not evolved enough to understand many of the modern concepts. You know, things like math, or I'm surprised that you have such a strong grip on the common tongue.
I sure.
Truly, you are an exemplar of your species.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Why? Can you
What?
please explain why you think my race is inferior? Why, yes!
What race are you, Matt? Are you human?
Human.
Say, like, well, human, I assure you, my people are probably far more developed than yours. We have existed for millennia. Our culture is rich and deep.
Oh, hush.
Whatever mud pit you crawled from is nothing compared to my kingdom of Udroth.
Yes, which explains why you have many colonies across the sea, where I come from.
Well, plagues happen to spread quite quickly.
Like such as what?
The fairy.
Use your imagination,
leans
my
over to
friend.
Perlin, and he says, This doesn't seem like a fun conversation."
I assure you it's not, but it's a necessary one.
Well, yikes!
I'd like to pull, which one am I talking to?
Wait, what? This is Doc, the ferryman.
So we're on the boat, like, on the way?
Yeah, you're on the boat.
Alright. I would like to ask if he knows anything about the island... Iron Dove Island. Has he ever heard of it?
No, I don't know if I've heard of it. But my brother Mappy.
No, we don't need to
No, I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about
He jumps up and kind of like twists into the sails and comes out with a different hat on. None of you saw the hat change, amazingly, but and he sits back down and he says, and this hat is like one of those explorer hats from like the African expeditions.
Gotcha.
Yeah, safari hat. That's what I was thinking.
Super Adventure Club hat.
Oh fuck. So he's wearing like a safari hat, and he says, well. And he pulls out a large piece of paper, this big, and he is kind of like turning around. And as he turns around, you get a peek, and it looks like there's nothing on the paper.
Where did he pull that from?
And he's holding it up, and he says, "Iron Dove Island. That looks just west of Uspana."
Where's Uspana?
You haven't been here very long, have you?
Does my character know where Uspana is?
Roll nature.
Oh, I'm good at that.
I'm good at that.
No.
Oh no!
You just kind of give him a blank look, and he says,
I don't think you want to be going to Uspana, though. That's where that's where the bad guys are.
You mean savages?
No. Well, not what you would call savages, I think. That's where the colony there has been kind of overrun.
By what? You cut out.
Bro, what was that, man?
Pirate.
The waves were crashing against the side of the boat very loudly.
pirates. The
Pirates.
yeah, the Isle of Uspana is under the control of a small republic of pirates.
So is it kind of like
Neat.
that one pirate island in Black Flag? Black Flag.
Yeah, but so
No,
but where?
Black-
It's kind of like Tortuga in
Tortuga.
real world history.
Same concept.
So where is it in respect to like where we are now? Like, is it close?
That's about the center of the Gulf. You guys are on the southern shore.
We probably should have bought a map before we left.
Probably should have.
I was actually thinking of that too.
We probably could have afforded a map if we didn't buy a goblin.
I freed a slave, my friend.
Maybe
Be back in a day or so.
we will find him.
Maybe he'll come back as a sidekick.
I
Okay.
don't think your people understand how finance works.
The
Love
Mappy.
it. I love it.
Let me write his name down.
Mappy.
Yeah. Mappy jumps into the water and on one side of the ship and comes back up the water on the other side of the ship, leaping onto the ship, almost like popping out of the water like a dolphin, and then landing on his feet on the ship with the dockmaster's hat. Or with the with Doc's hat. What?
What?
Roll sleight of hand.
The man's gonna break.
He just fucking snaps.
As you go to him, he like bends down to pick something up, and you just hit air, and you kind of like start falling over and almost fall off the ship. And he grabs your shirt and pulls you back up, and he says, "Hey there, laddie! Almost lost you."
Shocking after
You'll
8
get-
months to sea.
You'll get used to it. Even if you don't, I think we're almost there. Look over there, he says, and you see a small rock coming out of the island, you see a small rock coming out of the water, and as you guys look around, you can start to see a beach line under the water. You can tell that you're on pretty shallow water right now. You all start pulling into the island, or you all start. You see the island on the horizon, or an island on the horizon. You're not sure if it's the island, but Doc tells you that that's it. That's probably what you're looking for. And
Wait, so it's just a small rock sticking out of the...
no, there was a small rock sticking out
okay,
that he
okay.
pointed to. Everyone roll perception.
Oakley doke.
Okay.
My god. Oh my god.
Oh wow. Atlas,
For the
you
C
notice.
Alice, what do your elven eyes see?
Half Elven. Hang on, what did I say this DC was? DC. Okay. Wow. Everyone failed except Atlas. I thought. I thought a 9 would pass. No.
We had such good rolls earlier too.
You all failed by 1 too. That's the funniest part.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, Atlas, you look up and you notice birds circling overhead, like just around these like sharp rocks sticking out of the water. And as you sail in a bit deeper, you begin to hear something.
Inya? Is that you?
It would be quite a bit more entrancing.
I'm afraid I don't hear anything.
Anyways,
I do hear something. I could just be the wind. Everyone roll wisdom saving throws.
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go, boys.
Everyone else rolled pretty good.
Yeah, where is Damien? Okay. Okay,
even
All
your
right.
roles want you to play into the horny bard stereotype.
Bonk.
okay.
Bonk, go to Horny Island.
Bonk on the horny island. So, Atlas, you are now charmed. You will have the charmed.
He knows about charm.
Yeah. So you are charmed, and as you all look up, you are surrounded by. You just passed through a small channel with a bunch of rocks in it, and as you look up, you notice bird women sitting atop some of the rocks. Everyone, click your token and then roll initiative. I really hope my rolls are whispered.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Oh, the thing didn't pop up when we rolled.
Oh, Jesus.
I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Can you guys see the names?
No. Of
Okay,
the harpies?
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay, good. Of the mysterious bird women who are
Oh, right.
definitely
Right, the thing.
Harpy Lady number 1 and 2, and I think there's this. It's like elegant egotist.
elegant egotist. Yeah. Okay. Who is starting? How do
I'm definitely
I?
not. Are you trying to sort? Cogwheel.
Ascending, not ascending, descending. Okay. So, this bird woman is going to come in and move 5, 10, 15, 20. She moves in and she makes an attack on the ferryman.
Oh,
No!
Not Doc or Mappy,
Or
whoever he is right now.
She tears into him with her claws and grabs him at the shoulders and starts to pick him up. And then with the rest of her movement, she is now carrying him over here.
oh.
Ah!
We should have paid this man more.
On the other hand, maybe we should have paid him less.
Hang on, let me turn up the volume of the battle music. Alright. It is now Atlas's turn. You are charmed. You have to move in the direction of the bird women. I'm gonna say you don't know which one charmed you yet, so we'll say it can be the closest one towards you, so that one. Okie dokie.
You do have to hang on. Let me see. You have to take the most direct route. You can repeat the saving. Whenever you take damage from the source, you can repeat the saving throw. Yeah. So you can take. You can take another wisdom save right now.
Lots of ones tonight.
We had so
That's
many natural
twice.
20s.
That's
Notice 2 nat ones in a row.
yeah. That's the second time that's happened.
All right. It is now Perlin's turn.
Well, I don't think I should attack this one, or I might make an enemy amongst our crew.
You had to pick that one, didn't you?
I'm just looking at my spells. If something has like it hurts up to 2 creatures within 5 feet, does that mean it has to? Like if I shoot at this one, is it gonna hit our fairy dude?
Ooh. That's a Coleman question.
Yes.
Sorry, what spell are you casting?
Magic missile.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
Magic Missile, you decide who it hits.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I'll cast Magic Missile. How do I do it?
Alright, so since the spell auto hit, so you don't have to roll to hit or anything, just roll 1d4 plus 1, and then each bolt's going to do that amount of damage that you rolled.
I just click on the spell. Will it do that for me? I have the 1d4 plus 1.
Is it gonna hit her twice?
There are 3 bolts. He can decide which bolt hits what. So he can put all 3 on one person, or he can split 1 bolt between all 3 of these harpies.
Do they all do the same damage, or do I roll 3 times?
You roll 1d4 plus 1, and each bolt does that much damage.
Okay. I'm just gonna click on the spell and see if that works.
Okay. Oh, damn. Minimum damage.
Oh well.
Well, isn't it 1d4 plus 4? Or 1d1 plus 1? Got it.
Times 3, so 6 damage.
Yeah, it'd be 6 damage.
Okay. I can't really do anything else, so I'm gonna stay put.
Okay, so you do 6 damage. Do the purple one. Okay. Alright. Next it is... Hold on, what?
I believe it is me.
Yeah, next it's that one's turn. What? Why did the purple... Oh, never mind. Okay. It is this one's turn, and this one is going to fly 5, 10, 15, and attack Dyror.
Do it, bitch. Hit me.
9 to hit.
9 does not hit.
She swipes at you with her feet. Like with her feet and her talons, and she swings a little wide.
Mhm.
After that, you see some of you have your attention drawn. Reveal areas further northward, and you see another one coming in. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And this one steps right up to Damien and will 6 to hit.
Miss.
Swipe at you with its claws and again miss. Next, the red one, who seems a bit bigger than the others, will kind of swoop down and swipe at Atlas. Yeah, 18 to hit.
Discount Damien.
18 to hit. 6 slashing. And
10 to hit. All right. Yeah, you repeat the save now. No. Next, it is Damien's turn.
Damien is going to swing at the harpy next to him.
Okay.
16.
A 16 will hit.
And I actually get to re-roll that one.
You get to re-roll.
Weapon Master.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see, that's a D6, so I get to re-roll the D6. Of course, yeah. That's
9.
That's 9.
9. All right. This one, you swing down with your great sword, and this one kind of like gets a big gash across its chest. It's clearly bleeding, pretty bad. Is that your turn?
It is.
Right. Dyror, your turn.
All right. So this one attacked me, right? I'm going to pull out my glaive, and I am going to. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite. Basically, the tip of my glaive is going to hum with thunder, and then I'm going to swing at this harpy. Try hit her.
So I have to roll what?
It's if the attack hits, and then it does an extra 2d6 thunder damage, and that target is pushed 10 feet away. And,
Okay. So what is your 2 hit?
12?
You hit.
Nice. Also, as part of this attack... Actually, no, I'll save that. Yeah, I only got 2. So that's 6 slashing damage plus 2d6 thunder damage. So, yeah. So 10 damage total. And needs to make a strength saving throw and has to beat a 13. Otherwise, it's pushed 10 feet away and knocked prone.
Okay. It succeeds.
Okay. All right. That will be my turn.
All right. Bungus.
Ooh. Seeing him attack companion over the past. How long have we been traveling? Like month?
A year and a half.
Week? Damn, a year and a
A
half.
whole year.
Goddamn.
Damn.
All right, yeah. Seeing somebody attack my companion for a year and a half, I'm gonna come to his defense.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna pull out my quarterstaff.
Real quick, I hate to ask, did you roll your 2d6 thunder damage?
I did.
Okay.
And did you push the,
No, she beat the save.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna two-hand my quarters,
All right.
and I'm gonna take it.
Okay. 17 will hit.
5 bludgeoning.
5 bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I can. If I'm not, don't.
I think to bonus action do that, he's still in the clear though, as long as he doesn't have like.
I have to be unarmed. I have to be completely unarmed.
No.
Yeah, you just need one unarmed. Yeah.
And you can let go with one hand of your quarterstaff.
And I can still use flurry of blows
Oh yeah.
with one hand. Oh, it's two. Yeah, I guess I have 2-weapon fighting. So like, is 2-weapon fighting 1 weapon and then 1 unarmed?
2
Is
weapons
that how it works?
it's like dual wielding. So use your action to attack once,
Oh,
and then bonus action to attack with your offhand.
yeah.
And your bonus
So-
action gives you 2 attacks. Right. Monks of one class. You're playing Drunken Master, right? Or that's the goal?
That is the goal. Yeah, can I switch it to one-handed? I'll do 2 damage.
Yeah, you can
and
do
then
it. You can do it because I that's what I assumed you were doing in the first place. So
I'll use a key to do 2.
okay,
Wow.
5 damage in total.
Well, that's
Oh,
if 8 and 6 hit.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Both of those miss.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
It's weird that yours.
You-
That's cool.
Kind of like put the hand down and you kind of like swing at her, but like you seem to have lost your balance a little bit as you moved the staff down, and she kind of floats back, and yeah, that's it.
Too much
that your
fish
turn?
ale.
That
Yeah.
is all.
All right, it is this one's turn. It is going to continue carrying him away.
We should probably save him.
30,
Yeah.
35, 40. She is very far
Oh
away
my
now.
god. Holy
And
shit.
she is going to use a dash. And
Oh my god.
See ya.
No,
Bye.
see her.
Holy
Peace out,
fuck.
bro.
Can anybody navigate the boat?
That's a good question.
You know, I've never done much hard work in my life. I'm sorry, did you always sound
All right.
like that?
It is Atlas's turn. See, the way it's worded, it sounds like you can attack her, which is confusing to me.
Well, if you're charmed by something,
while
you
charmed,
consider that like friendly. I don't think you can attack it.
Doesn't move or avoid opportunity attacks, but before moving into damage terrain, you could still probably bardic inspiration people. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. And is that your turn? Perlin's turn. You do make the save. You are no longer charmed.
Glad you came to your senses. Okay, do I just declare that I want to use that extra d6 on my attack?
Yeah, you can do it as needed.
Like after you roll, but before you roll.
My spells are all guaranteed to hit, right?
No, like if you have Firebolt, you have to roll to hit.
Oh, okay. If it's a touch spell, is that guaranteed to hit?
No. What
I can
cantrips
test
did
this
you
one
take?
now. Right?
Wait, what?
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's guaranteed to hit, right?
You still have to roll to hit. It just means you have to be in melee range to use that spell.
Do you want to link the
Hang
spell
on,
you're
I forgot to
going
do something. At the top of the round.
Should I just click on the spell?
Wow!
Oh god, the ocean's moving.
Let us know what spell you're trying to use.
Shocking Grasp.
Shocking Grasp.
Vote!
Alright. I think you have to make a spell attack.
Yeah, so I think you should roll a d20 and add your spell attack bonus to that, which should be on the spell page on your character sheet.
If it was dragged from
I'm just gonna click on it, okay?
That's fine. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I think that is going to hit, because I rolled a 12 and I still hit. Yeah.
Oh, so it's for attack, not for damage, the extra d6? Oh. Okay, cool. Okay. So, did I hit?
Did you hit? 14 hits.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Oh no.
It looked pretty injured from the previous hit, but that doesn't look like it did very much.
Woman.
That sucks.
No,
I thought he
it's-
said
agree.
women, but it's women.
Women, am I right?
why does the
Right.
type of damage matter? Like my
Oh,
last...
it matters because some creatures will have like resistances
Okay.
or like weaknesses too. So like for Pokemon reasons.
Or
See,
immune?
based on my knowledge of Pokemon, lightning should be good on flying.
Yes, but unfortunately it has a
Hang on. Let me check for any. Yeah, no, they don't. Not even my homebrewed ones. No.
That's it for me.
Right. It is now this harpy's turn, and it is pretty hurt. I'm not trying to move you. I'm trying to move the harpy. There we go. It is pretty hurt, and it is going to disengage.
Okay.
Flying towards this island. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It can get there. That is its turn. This harpy is also going to disengage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It is just out of sight over these large rocks now. And it's now this one's turn. Seeing all of the other harpies disengaging, this one seems to be, kind of their head honcho, a harpy. It calls out this loud cry, and also, and it's going to fly away and dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. It's far away. You get an attack of opportunity if you want to take it. Not that it's gonna... Oh! Alright.
Aren't you still charmed? Nice.
10. You, as it starts flying away, you stab deeply into its leg, and it cries out, kind of kicks at you, but doesn't get much purchase, and then flies off very quickly into the distance. It is now Damien's turn.
I suppose you should get back out on the ship. We've got about, by my count, 10 different people to save. I'm gonna grab, I don't know, an oar or a steering wheel. I'm not sure how Doc was, or Steery was steering.
Okay, it's kind of a bar that pulls in and out like this, and that as you pull it in and out will fold the sail this way.
I want to get acquainted with it.
Okay. You can fiddle around with it, and as you do, the ship's gonna start jiggling around. Roll a. Is there like a vehicle handle? There's like a vehicle, a water vehicle handling thing, isn't there?
There's water vehicle proficiency.
Okay.
As for what type of check it would be, I guess it depends. In this instance, maybe dexterity.
We'll say raw dex for water vehicle right now, just for steering it.
Oh
Nice.
my god. Makes
Nice.
it natural.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I want to steer it toward. I want to steer it towards where Atlas is, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, even I don't want to steer it in any rocks.
Okay.
I want to say, well, swim for it, dummy, and go down the ship, but still kind of steer forward.
All right. So you put the sail up in a position that will allow wind to travel past it without actually catching the sail, and it won't turn you. And the ship noticeably starts to slow down, but continues forward on its path. That your turn? Dyror, do you want to try to... if nobody's going to try to hit this one, it's just going to run away. If you want to
Where's this
exit.
one?
The one that you can still see on this island.
I might try and hit it. Hold on. Never mind.
If you can...
I'm gonna move along the ship a little bit. I'm gonna pull out one of my javelins and throw it at it.
All right, go for it.
All right. Let's give this a shot. Oh, I don't have it set up as one of my attacks. +5. 21.
Nice.
The hit?
21 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. Since it's a thrown property weapon, I get to add my strength to this.
Okay.
4.
Okay. It is still moving, but it
Some beefy bitches.
barely.
Just barely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, since I've already used my action, I'm just gonna like try and help and keep the ship steady, somewhat, and then that'll be
Right.
my turn.
All right. Next up is Bungus. I can't hear you. You might be muted.
He is.
I just saw your
No,
mouth.
I am. I just
Are you
Can
gonna
I
try to
help?
hit her, or are you gonna ignore it?
Oh wait, who? Her?
The last harpy, because
Well, I thought we
you're
were going
not
to
gonna-
dock.
actually Perlin gets a turn before she does. So Perlin, if you wanna, you can decide let her go or.
But
Can't,
when it's your turn.
I can't hit her. I don't have.
Now, Fungus, it might be beneficial if you figure out where our captain was taken to.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Can I
Perception.
be up front here and perception check to see if I see him beyond this black abyss?
You walk to the front of the ship and you start looking out into the darkness. it seems where the harpies went is still obscured by this giant little cliff face sticking out of the water.
Damn.
But you do look down and notice a very sharp rock just beneath the surface, right in front of the ship, right about here.
Starboard? Hard starboard!
Is that laughter right?
That's right!
Alright, that your turn?
Massive rock. Yeah, and then I would like to help if I could, like, speed up. I'd like to just ready an action to whoever is taking lead. I think it's or
It was
Damien.
Atlas. Or Damien.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna mix them up. I don't know
you're
why.
fine. It's the
You don't know
accents.
Why? Is it because of this accent?
Yeah, it's the accent.
It might be the
Um,
accents.
I'm just gonna ready an action to say, and I'm gonna say like, Damien, where do you want me? I want to speed this up, but we have to go hard starboard.
Okay. Atlas's turn, then?
Definitely help me steer. In fact, I'll help you steer on my turn. That seems right.
You can grab the edge of the ship, but you're still being, like, drug on. You would need to take an action to get onto the ship.
It seems
Alright. Yeah. Perlin's turn. There is still one harpy. You can probably hit her with something if you want to try.
Magic missile.
Alright.
Or I could try chill touch.
Can you? Yeah, I think you have to touch them.
It
No,
says
chill touch is ranged.
Yeah.
Oh.
It should, yeah.
She is
Right.
about, we'll say 25 to 30 feet away from you.
It has a range of 120.
Alright, you're good.
Okay, come on. I went to wizard school.
I graduated.
So how does it work? What do I need to do? Alright,
Nice.
23 to hit. That will hit.
Necrotic.
I don't
You-
need it.
Necrotic. You fire this bolt of dark energy at her, and it hits her. And how do you want to do this?
The entry point of the spell spreads like gangrene up her body.
The best description of a kill I think I've
She still carries a little bit of her momentum from where she was flying and falls into the water. You see a splash just off the island, just off the small little island in front of you.
Perfect.
She is gone.
Okay, I like chill touch. So.
And now, it seems the harpies are gone. And you guys are still steering the ship. Oh, let's just throw on some open ocean. Right. And as you're steering the ship, you manage to turn it a little bit, but it still carries the momentum and hits the rocks ahead of you.
Shit.
The rocks gashed a hole in the side of the ship. What do you do?
abandoned ship.
Is there any way to patch? Do we have any like?
You would not have. You would likely not have anything on you to patch. You might have something in your inventory that I didn't
Nothing
think of.
even
but
I've got
in the boat.
some. I've got some common clothes. Could I stuff the hole with that?
You can try to, yeah.
I'll try that. What do I need to do?
It seems to slow the sinking. You might be able to get the ship onto the main island now.
All right.
This is not the main island. This is a small island. The main island is still this way.
Which way? Oh, that way.
This way. So I'm probably pointing the wrong way because I'm mirrored, but it doesn't matter.
This is the way I'm pinging.
Yeah, it's the way you're pinging. That is so fucking loud. All right,
Well,
there we
I
go.
don't know about anybody else, but I have to pee now.
All right.
All right. Who's steering? Aren't you, Matt?
I am.
You can run and pee. Like this.
No, I was joking.
Oh.
The sounds of waves. I think if it's a raw dex check, unless after that, like, savant moment with my first time handling the boat.
But I'll let that carry over. I'll let that carry over.
Then I continue steering, but I don't think I'm gonna have any luck after this.
You manage to get the ship through without scratching against any more rocks. You just have the one hole in it. We'll say, and you get it onto the beach of the main island.
I
You
think
guys,
you're muted, Jesse, if you're trying to say something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
You all like pull it up onto the beach to get it out of the water, and you are all now on this island. What do you want to do? So you are on a beach. There is a light forest ahead of you, and you look up, and there is a large, spiring cliff, probably about 200-300 feet high in the center of the island, with a sheer face, just the way down the beach. You get a slight glimpse of the harpies as they, or like of shadows in the sky. You assume they're the harpies, landing on top of that cliff face. The area is dotted with forests and rocky boulders. You are on what seems to be the only one of the only sandy spots on this island.
I agree. As much as I don't like the situation, we should probably rescue him.
Worst case scenario, Daryl, maybe you could buy the captain from the Harpies. I'm sure 500 gold would cover it.
Well, unless you want to lend me your money, I'm afraid that's not an option.
I left it on the ship.
That sucks. So it's like you said it was like a jungle forest ahead of us?
It's not super thick. I wouldn't quite call it a jungle. It seems to be mostly made of palm trees and other things that would have just floated onto this island.
Okay.
It's a forest. You could definitely go through and find places to hide and places to do things. Yeah. It's starting to... The sun's starting to come up, and you are all probably getting pretty tired at this point.
Perhaps we should find a safe place to rest, set up camp, and then plan our next move.
Okay.
For the next evening. I mean, I for one feel like I could rest for what feels like a week. I don't know if we were setting up for 2 weeks.
I have one more thing planned that I would like to end on.
Sorry, that's where we were leaning towards.
Yeah, no. I'm really happy because this is like exactly where I wanted to end the first session if I get this done. So, you guys walk down to the cliff face and you find a small alcove, not quite a cave, but enough to hide in. And you look around this alcove. You see crates stacked along the wall. You see a lantern that very rusted. Like if you tried to grab it, it wouldn't come off of these crates anymore. The rust is like come completely down. There's a stack of books, and in the center, you see what is very clearly a tiefling skeleton. The horn, huh? As you inspect the skeleton, who wants to inspect the skeleton? Roll investigation for me. Let me see how much you notice about this skeleton.
I'm pretty good at investigating.
All right, go for it. You notice that this skeleton is missing its left leg and its right arm. You look at the armor this skeleton is wearing, and you immediately recognize it as tiefling naval armor. It's not normal naval armor either. This man was an admiral, at least. You all poke around in the person, and you find a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, in the fuck it, fuck. Slash W slash R. Whatever. You find a lot of gold. I'll tell you how much gold for the recap. In the crates. On the person of this body, which this is Halius. Also, somebody roll a history check. This person, you find a small, you find an old map, or a map. I shouldn't have said a map. It seems pretty old, and you look at it, and some things look a little strange about it.
Does anybody else want to look at it?
But
I'll give it a shot.
here, I'm just going to post that in the maps chat. On his person, you find this small disc shaped like a fish. It has a tongue that you can pull on, and it seems to be making ribbon like the one you saw tied on that bottle. And its teeth, you can like press down on them like scissors, and it will tear off the ribbon. You find a small bronze bird statue. I'm going to post all of this. And you find a small white key. And I can post that map you find in the maps chat. It's pretty destroyed, but Dyror, having fought the tieflings, you recognize this man.
Oh, I do?
You do now. The name Halius, it's pretty common and it doesn't come, but seeing the armor and everything, you recognize this man as Halius Astorio, the conqueror of the Gulf. He's an incredibly notable figure, and he's famous for disappearing. As you inspect the map, you notice a whole lot of things wrong with it. The two old world continents look fairly accurate, but everything beyond that is very questionable. Kind of right, not really.
Like all the continents to the right that are in color?
Yeah.
Kinda?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't seem to be the right shape. You're from Udroth, and you recognize that there's like an entire peninsula that they're forgetting.
Huh.
You look at it. What else would you notice? You notice Uznella is not that big. Also, you wouldn't know the next part. You wouldn't know the next part of what I'm saying.
Okay. Cool.
an early draft. About 80 years ago. The last thing you find is another bottle. It has a very similar red ribbon tied around it. And everyone. There. And Taylor, because you read Tiefling, if you want to do the honors.
Uh,
Or anyone can do the honors because two of you have a comprehend language spell.
I'll do it. My dearest nephew, I'm afraid this may be my last letter. I've run out of rations and the water, and the infection. I had to amputate my leg. Not that it was much use as swollen as I've lost track of time since we were stranded. My stumps grow sore by the moment. I'm completely out of ideas for escaping. I can feel the last of my strength fading. I doubt I will be able to fend. If you should ever sail the gulfs yourself, heed my warning. Always sail with celibate. My only regret is that I never found. I pray you will one day finish my work. I'm so sorry. I will forever love and Hallie.
All right.
Just read that out loud.
I was.
He was breaking out at a few parts, but
Oh, was I?
That's not what I was asking. I just wasn't sure
Okay.
if you like.
Yeah, no, I was reading.
but not too bad. With that, I will post everything else you found in the loot, and I think that's where we'll pick it up next time.
How did we pay for the ship?
Did we not pay?
He did not.
Man's
ask for
crazy.
it,
He didn't want payment. He went.
The
He
real
just
question
insisted
is,
that he do it for free. I don't get it.
What didn't Hallius find? Truly, this feels like a cliffhanger before we go to sleep.
Well, he was a great admiral, well known for his military conquests. Would I know if he was searching for anything?
You would know his most notable accomplishment was conquering the entire island of Tabax.
He conquered Tabax, but other than that, I don't know what he's referring to by searching for something. Whatever it is, it must be of great importance if a figure such as him had been looking for it. What's this music from? I recognize this. Oh, okay.
Nice. I think you've watched it more recently than I have. And clearly Quentin has also rewatched it very recently.
Is this from?
Definitely from Black Pearl.
I should rewatch those movies.
Is it? It's Dead Man's Chest.
Oh.
It's Davy Jones's music box. Yeah. Right?
Dead Man's Chest
Final
or
answer.
at World's End? Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Rewatch. Are they on Disney Plus?
All of them except the fourth one are, because even Disney's like, yeah, the fourth one's ass.
I went and saw that in theaters, and I
Yeah,
regretted
that
it.
one wasn't good.
It was really bad. Hang on 1 second. I'm posting all of the loot that you found. Bronze bird statue.
Now, Daryl, your people used to sleep
There you go.
in the elements,
things.
correct?
Jesus.
Ain't going.
Fucking Christ.
We have homes.
Wigwams.
Can you stop the Craig recording now?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Hashtag Craig fuck off. Is that?
And also the
Bro, I wish.
the OBS recording too.